Hey guys, it's Heather. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you my thoughts and some tips and tricks on how to make moving a lot less overwhelming, less stressful, and simplified. It's always best to start the process slow so you're not overwhelmed. However, I do realize that in some cases that's not going to be the case. But if you do know, okay, I'm gonna be moving in 2 weeks or 2 months, you can kind of dissect it and simplify the process by breaking it down into different steps. So I kind of like to go through everything and do things in waves. So we're talking window treatments, any decor or art or mirrors that you have on the walls, you would want to take those down. If you need to patch up any of the holes and then repaint over those areas, if the expectation of the new buyer or the new tenant in your house to kind of avoid any issues so that they don't complain that, you left holes in the wall or whatnot. So we started on the first floor, room by room, just kind of going through, taking everything down, and then patching with a little putty and just painting and touching the walls up. And then we moved on to upstairs to just kind of get things all nice and ready to go. So the second wave or the second step would be to kind of go through your whole house and look at the large furniture. I'm talking dressers, I'm talking entertainment stands, couches, big items like that. Go through your house, take inventory, see what you're gonna definitely be taking, see what you might not need at your new place, what you could maybe sell or give away, and just kind of go through and mark everything out. And then those items that you're going to be selling, I would try to get them sold as soon as possible. And another tip, always ask your new buyer, maybe they're interested in some of the furniture that you have, and you can make some quick cash on selling those items, not to mention you won't have to worry about moving them. We have this large china cabinet, and although it's beautiful, it's just too big and it's not gonna fit in our new house. So we're gonna sell this, and then this smaller foyer piece we're gonna keep. The third step is to get everything down from your attic and then your basement, or do your basement and then your attic. Go through everything, see what you can purge and get rid of, box or bag everything up that you're gonna be keeping and transferring over. Neatly label those items. Now, depending on your situation, if you're gonna be moving from one house directly to the next, or maybe you have like a month lapse in time, or if you're gonna be getting a storage unit to temporarily store your items. For us personally right now, we did go ahead and get like a 15 by 20 storage unit, and we started moving all of the larger items out, everything in the basement and the attic, started moving those out slowly so that they're all in our storage unit, so then we don't have so much pressure when we move out of this house into the new house. We can kind of slowly go to the storage unit and slowly move things into the house, and we're not super overwhelmed. Now, I do understand that a storage unit is going to be a little bit pricey. Some do run promotions where it's like $1 the first month, and then it may be like, I don't know, $100 or $200 the month after. But in my case, it totally made sense for us to go ahead and do the storage unit, even if we were just gonna have it for a month. I'd much rather be less overwhelmed, less rushed, and just kind of be able to take my time and not completely overtire and overwhelm myself trying to move everything out in one swoop. As you can see, this is real live footage of us moving everything out of the attic. We have everything like either boxed or bagged and nicely labeled, so we will be able to find everything when we move. And then this is all of like clothes and stuff like that I have already kind of labeled, and everything else has been moved out. Next, we moved on to working on the basement, just moving everything towards the basement stairs so that we can bring it upstairs and move it on out. The fourth wave, or step 4, would be to go through your house and just look at all of the items that maybe are on shelves or on your furniture. For example, like this candle or these items behind me. Things that are not essential to everyday living, and get those items boxed up. I like to categorize things by like items, so I'll put like all of my candles together, or I'll put all of my office decor in one box or all of my picture frames in one box. Just kind of go through room by room and just take some paper and box them up and keep it really neat and nice. And go ahead and get those items either out of your house, moved into the temporary storage unit, or just at least get them boxed up and ready to move. So this way, again, you're starting slow and you're making everything a lot more manageable. Here's just some footage of me kind of going through that process. I'm not going to talk through this, so I'll just put up the background music and you guys can just watch. For step number 5, some people might think you should do this step first. This would be the decluttering step. I disagree, only because I feel like it's a lot easier to say, okay, this weekend we are gonna remove all of the fixtures from the windows, we're gonna take down the mirrors, we're gonna take down the pictures from the wall, we're gonna take down that artwork. You can kind of go through it then and see, okay, I'm gonna keep this, I'm gonna sell this, and just kind of do it slow. If you're looking at decluttering and you're saying, I need to declutter my whole house first before I even start anything, it's gonna be overwhelming. I think that if you start slow, so you can kind of get like quick hits and quick wins first, and then you're kind of motivated to keep going, if that makes sense. So once you've gotten everything off the walls, once you've decided what big furniture you're keeping, what big furniture you're selling or you're giving away, once you've gone through your attic and your basement and you've decluttered that, you've got everything boxed up and ready to go. And then once you've packed up all of your decor that you don't need, everyday items and things like that, I think this puts you in a really good spot to now go room to room and kind of look around in drawers, look around in your closet, and really kind of hone in on exactly what you want to be getting rid of and what you want to be taking to the new house. This is the perfect time to tell yourself each item you look at and say, do I really need this? What am I using it for? You know, do I have more than one of it? Where am I gonna put it? And you can kind of look at it and say, do I really feel like picking this up and moving it? Is this absolutely necessary? I think that it's a lot more manageable waiting a little bit longer to do that kind of decluttering than if we were to do it in one of the first 2 steps. So during step 5, I go through bathrooms, I go through my kids' closets, I go through everything, and I just take everything and I make like a purge pile or one designated area where it's like, okay, everything over here is getting tossed, everything here is getting given to Goodwill, everything over here, maybe I can sell it or give it away to a friend or a family member, and just kind of sort everything out. And what I'll do is even just like set a timer, like 20 minutes, do the timer, go through, get as much done as I can, and just kind of take everything, put it into one room so everything's there, so it's not like left, you know, there's not crap all over the house. So this is exactly what I did. I made 4 post-it notes with selling, donating, friends and family, and tossing, and I just kind of put them on the wall and then just started kind of putting each item under the corresponding category. And I'm still in the middle of doing this, so I'll probably film a separate video just showing you like a huge purge or declutter of my house prior to the move. Once you've completed step 5 and you're ready to move on to step 6. which would be to go through room by room. So let's say in the kitchen, and start boxing up like items for your kitchen. Now, as we're getting higher up in the steps, it's going to be closer to your moving date, keep in mind. What I would say to do would be you could box up all your silverware and your glasses and everything. And then, you could still run your dishwasher or whatever, but at least you have your boxes right there where you can easily, say, I know that this cup is gonna go in here, I know my silverware is gonna go there, everything's organized, everything's labeled, and it'll be really easy. A couple days beforehand, you can just use plastic spoons or just throwaways, and you can take everything and just get it out. Same thing in the bathroom, I'll get like a box and I'll just know everything's going in here because remember we already decluttered, so we got out everything that we weren't going to be needing anymore, we weren't using, stuff that, we had decided, we're not going to be bringing to the new house. So I think it's nice to just keep the boxes in each of the rooms, keep it super organized, label everything so that when you move from house to house, master bathroom, this is everything here, and you take the box, you put it in your car or whatever, you go into your new house and you just drop it in the master bathroom. Just makes it super easy. Number 7 kind of follows up directly with step number 6. You might have even done this in step number 6. I just like to go through each room and make sure that all of the boxes or the crates or the bags, whatever you're having things stored in and moved in, just make sure that they're labeled really clearly to make it super organized. Step number 8 should come the last day or two before the move. And the only things that should be left at this time are the things that you absolutely need. So picture yourself going on vacation for 4 days. You have a suitcase, you have your change of clothes for the day, you have, your deodorant, your toothbrush, just the essentials that you absolutely need. And just kind of keep it in a suitcase just like you would if you were traveling somewhere. Everything else should be packed away, maybe already in your storage unit, maybe already moved into your new place. But everything else should be clearly labeled and packed away at this point. So the last step is moving day. All that should be left are maybe your big items that you hired a moving truck for or movers for, and you can't obviously box them up, so they need to be moved from your home to your new residence or to a storage unit or wherever you're going. And then maybe just the boxes that are clearly packed up, clearly labeled, and you should be good to go. So key takeaways from today's video, I think that time is of the essence, and I think that time can really be on your side as long as you're managing it well, as long as you kind of set some type of a plan in place and you break it down into steps. You can definitely make this a lot less overwhelming. Tackle one step at a time. Don't get yourself too overwhelmed. If you have 2 months, kind of look at that 2 months and break it down. If you have 2 weeks, you might say, okay, Monday and Tuesday of this week, we're doing this. Wednesday and Thursday, we're doing that. And then on the weekend, we're gonna do this, and just kind of break it down. We're moving into our 3rd house, and I would definitely say that this move in comparison to the last 2 moves, although this one should be more stressful because we have 2 closings in 1 day, so far because of the way we've planned things out, and we decided to get the storage unit, we decided to get movers for the larger stuff, like the washer and dryer, the huge couch, some really bigger furniture that's just too much to lift. It would just be too much to manage and kind of more of a pain for us to go and have to run a truck. I definitely think that this move so far has been a lot less stressful and more manageable using this approach. All right, guys, so that is gonna conclude today's video. I hope you guys found this helpful. Definitely comment down below. And please give this a thumbs up if you did like this video. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.